Hi, I'm Kat, that parenting coach. And if you ever wondered why your child can go from calm to meltdown like in a heartbeat, or why sometimes you lose your shit, even when you know better, right? You're in the right place and you are not alone. So today, I want to walk through a little regulation cheat sheet that I created on how to regulate kids. And we're going to look at what's happening in their brains and then also how we can help them build up that emotional resilience through connection and control. Because kids, that means everybody, are not born knowing how to regulate. They learn it from us, their caregivers. So let's take a deep breath in and out because every breath counts. And let's talk about what regulation even means. So, regulation is our ability to notice what's happening inside of us, our thoughts, emotions, body sensations, and then bring ourselves back into balance. But here's the thing, regulation isn't about being calm all the time. It's about recovering from stress and returning to connection. And I think that's the piece that many of us miss and then get hard on ourselves because we're not regulated all the time. That's a skill. And that's a skill that develops slowly through thousands of moments of co regulation with that safe, consistent, predictable caregiver. When your child is upset, their nervous system actually is like looking to you. And it's like asking the one question, am I safe? Am I safe? Right? And if your body, tone, and face says, yes, you're safe, I'm calm enough for both of us, their nervous system is going to begin to settle and their brain is starting to wire that they're safe. And that's co regulation, the foundation for emotional health. And yeah, I will say that. And let's take a deep breath in and out because every breath really does count. So if you don't know, you'll know now. I am a complete brain science nerd. So let's kind of dive into what's actually happening in the brain. So at birth, babies have a fully functioning brainstem, and that is their survival brain. It handles breathing, sleep, hunger, and the stress response, the fight, flight, and freeze. Next to develop is the amygdala, the emotional alarm system. It's the feel first, think later part of the brain. So when something feels overwhelming or scary, uncertain, unknown, the amygdala sounds the alarm, shouts out danger, danger, even when there isn't any. And here's a very key point that I think we need to highlight here. The part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation, the prefrontal cortex, is the last to develop and develops very slowly. And so the logic, reasoning, impulse control, yeah, is all there. And it doesn't even start wiring until around the age of 3. So it's not fully developed. And then even then it's not developed until like the mid to late 20s. So when your 3-year-old hits you, starts screaming, throwing things or themselves onto the floor, it really isn't bad behavior. It's an undeveloped nervous system doing its best to cope. Need experiences to build up the brain so it can cope. And when we meet that dysregulation with calm, structure, and empathy, we're actually building the neural pathways that make regulation possible in the first place. Every moment of calm connection is a microdose of brain growth. Wow, hey? And when you think of it that way, it kind of makes sense. Let's take another deep breath in and out. Because every breath counts, my friends. So now I want to talk about co-regulation, because that's kind of like the secret ingredient. Co-regulation is how children learn to self-regulate. It happens when we use our calm body and gentle tone to help their nervous system find its way back to that sense of safety. And so I kind of came up with a roadmap, and it goes like this: safe, seen, soothed, secure. So let's dive into each one. Safe. So before a child can think, they need to feel safe. That means soft eyes, slow movements, no threats or punishments, just in the moment. Then we have seen. So you want to name what's happening. You're really frustrated right now because that block keeps falling off. That helps the brain integrate the feeling, and the child learns that emotions can be named and understood and then released. 3, soothed. Use comfort, a deep breath, a gentle hand, quiet voice. Their nervous system is syncing up with yours. 4, secure. Over time, the child is learning feelings come and go. I can have big feelings and still be safe, still okay. Now, this is not permissive parenting, not at all. It's neurobiological reparenting. It's teaching the brain that safety and love can exist even in really hard moments. All right, so now I want to share, because in my regulation cheat sheet, I actually broke it down age by age regulation strategies because of the different stages of brain development, right? So toddlers, 1 to 3 years old, at this age, everything is sensory. They feel first, think later. Their amygdala is running the show, and they don't have the wiring yet to manage frustration and disappointment. So you want to keep it simple. Predictable routines and transitions really help their nervous system feel safe. Front loading, visual schedules, and then comfort after big emotions teaches them I'm safe even when I'm upset. And that translates into I'm still lovable even when hard moments happen. Label their feelings with short phrases. You're mad. That was scary. And use sensory regulation, the rocking, humming, which is one of my favorites, and gentle touch. You are literally helping them build the blueprint for self-regulation through your tone, rhythm, and predictability with your connection. All right, so now I'm looking at children, 4 to 7 years. Now the emotional brain and the thinking brain are beginning to talk to each other now. Yay! But stress still shuts down logic. So that amygdala still is in control. So think structure with softness. So I'm really big on visual supports, like a feelings thermometer or a how big is my feeling kind of chart. Use what they like. If they like kitties, if they like superheroes, whatever it may be. Help them notice what's going on in their body. And you can just ask them, what's your body telling you right now? Practice breathing through play. When you do breathing practices like calm and having fun, they're going to be more likely to use them when they actually need them. So blow bubbles, blow up a balloon or pretend to blow up a balloon. And my favorite with the straw and blow the cotton balls. And of course, our best tool is ourselves. So model do-overs. You could just say, oh, I yelled yesterday, or I yelled earlier. I took a deep breath. Let's try again. This stage is all about showing that emotions are temporary and connection always comes after correction. You got your tweens. Oh, yeah, the fun age, 8 to 12. This is the bridge stage. They can think abstractly, but the hormones and the stress, social stress floods the system. Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah, hormones and like social stresses, there you go, will literally flood their nervous systems. So you can teach them brain science openly. Like really, understanding your brain changes everything. I know that from firsthand experience. So you can say, that's your amygdala talking. It thinks you're in danger. How can we help your amygdala calm down? Give them tools to experiment with independence while still feeling supported. So journaling is really good, or art to process feelings, physical outlets like walking, stretching, sports, dance. Encourage autonomy with choices. Do you want to talk or do you want to take space? Let them choose. And then also debrief after really tough, hard moments. So what happened? What helped you calm down? What could we try next time? You're teaching self-awareness and agency, which are the two pillars of emotional intelligence. I know, wow, hey, who would have thought parenting had so many responsibilities to create little humans? All right, take a deep breath in and out, because every breath counts. So I want to talk about like everyday regulation tools that you can use and also why they work. Because sometimes knowing why makes it easier to use, right? So first of all, body. Our body is like an awesome regulation tool. Movement regulates energy. It burns off stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Jumping jacks, wall pushes, stretching, or a quick dance party will literally tell the brain we are safe now. Emotions need motion. Breathing tools, right? So that slow, rhythmic breathing will actually activate the vagus nerve, the body's built-in calming system. So you could try the box breathing, 4 in, hold for 4, out 4, hold 4. One of my favorites is humming, because did you know your brain can't do two things at once, and you can't go into a spiral anger rant and hum at the same time. Sound and vibration are the nervous system's medicine. And then, of course, connection tools. So like eye contact, hugs, a soft tone. These send powerful safety messages to the brain. Co-regulation through connection teaches the nervous system that safety isn't just told, it's felt. And then always use your environment tools, right? Tools that are in the environment. And you can create that with a calm space, with a soft lighting, familiar scents. Music can also help shift a sensory overload, or even like nature sounds, rain. Our environment communicates safety faster than our words ever can. And when we use these tools regularly, they become regulation rituals, small, repeated experiences that rewire the brain for calm. It's true. Okay, so now I want to talk about the power of repair, because I get so excited about that. And we're going to talk about you, because no parent stays calm all the time. You're human. Like you lose your shit. Like, come on. Kids can drive you crazy, right? And you're going to say things that you wish you hadn't. But what really matters out of all of that is the repair part. because repair is where resilience is built for you and your child. So, for example, when you say, I got frustrated earlier and that wasn't okay. I love you. And I'm learning to. You're showing your child that relationships can stretch without breaking. Wow, hey? Yeah. And so their brain learns conflict isn't danger and love is still here. And that, my friends, changes everything. Because the goal isn't to raise calm kids. It's to raise kids who know how to come back to calm. Wow, that is something I missed when I was a parent, let me tell you. So in closing, the next time your child is like melting down, just remember, first, take a deep breath, because every breath counts. But it's really not defiance. It's a developing brain asking for co-regulation. Your calm is the bridge between their chaos and their safety. Your repair is the lesson they're going to carry into every future relationship. You're not just parenting behavior. You're literally shaping like the architecture of resilience and an emotionally healthy, thriving brain. So, if you like to go deeper, do check out the How to Regulate Kids cheat sheet in the resources tab of the Calm and Connected Parenting Lab in the Skool community. I know I am so excited to have created that because we are building a community full of live sessions where we're going to practice tools together, where we're going to have coaching sessions. There'll be videos and courses and resources that you've got, because really, parenting was not meant to be done alone. Like, seriously, it takes a community to raise a child. You've got this. And we are going to raise regulated kids, just one calm moment at a time. You got this. Have a great day.